What's going on, boxing fans? It's Julian Williams with The Distance. I'm here to give you my thoughts on the hottest division in boxing today, and I think that's the 140-pound division. This is because you have a lot of men in this division that have potential to be champions, and even some of the champions have potential to become future stars. You know, years ago I thought back in like 2005 that the light welterweight division was a pretty deep talented division because you had Randall Bailey, Vivian Harris, DeMarcus Coley, you had Arturo Gatti, Costa Zoo, Zab Judah. Well, I take that back. He wasn't in light welterweight in '05, but Miguel Cotto, Ricky Hatton. You know, you had these guys, all these men in the light welterweight division, and you had some fighters who were, you know, contenders that were pretty good at becoming titles, like Junior Witter. And on top of that, you had some good 135 pounders at the time who could have, at the time, you know, moved up and fought at 140. You had Corrales, Castillo, Casamayor, and Islano Freitas. You know, you had these guys, and it looked good. You know, 140 pounds back in 2005, it looked very good. You know, but unfortunately, you know, all these men, you know, the men who were champions, you know, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, and Ricky Hatton, they didn't fight each other. Hatton eventually fought Mayweather in '07, of course. You know, Cotto ended up moving up and becoming the titles at 147 as well. And it kind of left a bit of a dark cloud over the 140-pound division because, you know, in 2007 it wasn't as talent rich or talent deep because some of these fighters weren't even fighting at the level that they're fighting at now. You know, Amir Khan was a lightweight. Devin Alexander was barely starting his career. Juan Urango had just lost to Ricky Hatton, was just rebuilding his career. You know, so forth and so on. Timothy Bradley, you know, nobody was talking about him early 2008, late 2007. You know, things like that. And now, you know, the light welterweight division is one of the hottest divisions in boxing. You know, it kind of just crept up on us in 2009 that, hey, we have a good division here and we have some good talent in this division. You know, you have Paulie Malignaggi, you have Kendall Holt, Ricardo Torres, Marcos Maidana, Victor Ortiz. You can even throw Juan Manuel Marquez in the mix. You know, you could throw all these men in the mix and, you know, even have like a tournament, you know, to determine who's the top, you know, at least contender with this. But, you know, for some reason, I do feel that Timothy Bradley and Amir Khan might fight each other sometime in 2010, and we all know that we are heading into the right direction with Devin Alexander fighting Juan Urango. So you know, that's very good for boxing in general because, you know, at maybe in the 2010, early 2011, we could find out who the top fighter in the 140-pound division is, and on top of that, you know, if Bradley and Khan can unify and Urango and Alexander unifies, you know, there is a unification bout for March 6th for Alexander and Urango. So, you know, if these fighters could fight each other, you know, we could have, you know, one champion in the light welterweight division. You know, no fighters hold all four major belts simultaneously since Bernard Hopkins in 2004 when he defeated Oscar De La Hoya. So this could be very historic, especially in the talent deep division. But, you know, I think a lot of problems could be maybe mandatories, you know, unifying the belts, because remember Timothy Bradley, you know, had to drop his WBC championship when he was supposed to fight Junior Witter again and give him a rematch, and, you know, he went and fought Nate Campbell instead, you know, and had to drop the WBC championship. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes of all, you know, mandatories, money, you know, stuff like that. You know, possibly having to drop your title because of sanctioning fees and all that stuff. But, you know, overall, you know, it's a very good division. It's a very talent-rich division. You know, there's just so many fighters that I can name that potentially be at least titleless in the division right now. You know, but honestly, you know, I'm ready for this big unification match. It's not too big, you know, but it's on the horizon. of Devin Alexander and Juan Urango. It is a very good matchup, very intriguing matchup, to say the least. I will give my prediction sometime later on this month and next month for the matchup. And Timothy and I do believe Amir Khan has to fight Marcos Maidana, and Timothy Bradley, who knows with him. But overall, it's a very good division. If I had, if I was like a commissioner or like the Roger Goodell of boxing, I would put a tournament together for all the contenders. Put Malnaji, Marquez, even Hatton if he could still make 140. Maidana, Ortiz, Peterson. I would put all these guys in a bracket, and just have them fight each other and have kind of just a tournament to determine who's the top contender at least. While you have these top these top champions like Bradley and Alexander and Khan. So overall, I do think that the light welterweight division is the hottest division in boxing right now. I don't think any of these guys are going to be moving up north to welterweight. Especially because even though there's a lot of money in the welterweight division, I just feel that some of these men just want to stay with the competition at 140 because I believe that sooner or later there's going to be a lot of money at the 140-pound division. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the light welterweight division. Just drop me a comment or message and your thoughts on who the hottest division in boxing is. But anyway, that was The Distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.